Dr. Alan Frey, a biophysicist at GE's Advanced Electronics Center, Cornell University, and a contractor for the Office of Naval Research, discovered in 1958 that the auditory system responds to electromagnetic energy in a portion of the radio frequency spectrum at low power densities, well below that necessary for biological damage. The human auditory system and a table radio, he said, may be one order of magnitude apart in sensitivity in a portion of the radio frequency spectrum. Frey proposed stimulating the nervous system without the damage caused by electrodes. He wrote 2 papers, Microwave Auditory Effect and the Applications, and Human Auditory Response to Modulated Electromagnetic Energy. Dr. Frey's work had obvious implications for covert operations. He synchronized pulse microwaves with the myocardial rhythm of a frog's heart. The heart stopped beating. Dr. Frey had perfected the induction of heart seizures by beamed electromagnetics. He microwaved cats and found that stimulation of the hypothalamus had a powerful effect on emotions. Frey found that human subjects exposed to 1310 MHz to 2982 MHz microwaves at average power densities of 0.4 to 2 milliwatts per cubic centimeter perceived auditory sounds. The peak power densities were on the order of 200 to 300 milliwatts per cubic centimeter, and the pulse repetition frequencies varied from 200 to 400 Hz. Dr. Frey referred to this auditory phenomenon as RF, or radio frequency sound. The sensation occurred instantaneously at average incident power densities well below that necessary for known biological damage, and appeared to originate from within or near the back of the head. Frey was reluctant to experiment on humans, but others, particularly paperclip scientists, were not. Dr. Ross Addy worked at UCLA and rigged the brains of lab animals to transmit to a radio receiver which shot back signals to a device that sparked any behavior desired by the researcher. Dr. Addy worked closely with émigré Nazi scientists after World War II. Addy determined that emotional states and behavior can be remotely influenced merely by placing a subject in an electromagnetic field. By directing a carrier frequency to stimulate the brain and using amplitude modulation to shape the wave to mimic a desired EEG frequency, he was able to impose a 4.5 CPS theta rhythm on his subjects and put them to sleep. Dr. Joseph Sharp and Alan Frey experimented with microwaves seeking to transmit spoken words directly into the audio cortex via a pulsed microwave analog of the speaker's sound vibration. Indeed, Frey's work in this field, dating back to 1960, gave rise to the so-called Frey Effect, which is now more commonly referred to as microwave hearing. Within the Pentagon, this ability is known as artificial telepathy. Addy and others have compiled an entire library of frequencies and pulsation rates which can affect the mind and nervous system.